ago. You really can't blame them for that. Can't blame them at all. But it still makes me so mad. Makes me so mad. How can I stop these hands?
These hands is something I'm really ashamed of. I was taking a history test on Friday. I really did study, I just couldn't remember. So I looked over at Jacob's paper. He's so smart, he gets all A's without even trying. It's just not fair. So I took my pencil and copied down what he had. What if I get caught? I could get in so much trouble with these hands.
These hands have led me to places I never should have gone. They flipped through magazines I never should have looked at. In fact, that's where it started back in high school. Now, I can't seem to keep these fingers from typing in the same old addresses. I don't want someone to know I'm too good of a person, really, except for this one thing. I've been visiting these sites for over through my high school career, but now it feels like it's all I think about. How did it get here? How do I erase all this from my mind? How do I restrain these hands?
These hands have written things I never thought I would write. So mean, I didn't even know I could write them. First, it was email, then Facebook, now texting, lies, slander. It's like I forget that when I write them, there's a real person reading what I write. I've hurt so many people. I wonder if people around me think of me as a gossip. Is it even possible to change my reputation with these hands?
These hands work so hard. I'd leave the house earlier and earlier, and I'd end up staying longer and longer each evening. I knew I should be home with my family. My wife would call, and I'd make up some excuse for staying at the office. Eventually, I just started ignoring her calls altogether. It's just that I knew if I worked a little harder, I'd eventually get enough ahead. We'd finally have enough money. I kept telling myself a man has to work, a guy has to provide for his family. But nothing was ever really enough. It's no wonder she left me. If I could just do things over, like that undo function button on my computer, will I ever be able to make things right with these hands?
These hands. I just get so angry. I want to punch somebody, or at least something. It's like one minute I'm perfectly fine, and then the next I'm out of control. It's like anything can set me off. Like when my dad asks me to do something that I don't want to do, or when I get bumped into at the grocery store, or when someone talks to my girlfriend in a way that I don't like. Is there something wrong with me? Why can't I control these hands?
These hands used to showcase my most treasured possession. I still can vaguely recall my husband sliding it on my finger and remember feeling so safe, so loved. But then as the years go by, I would look in the mirror and think, why me? Or watch movies or hear stories from other women and think, why can't my husband be like that? Or why can't my husband be more that way? I kept thinking I could find happiness somewhere else. Boy, was I mistaken. I kept telling myself that maybe I married the wrong man, or maybe I didn't love him to start with. I get so confused, but the one thing I do know is I regret the day that I turned the knob on the front door and walked out. So empty, my heart, these hands.
These hands? These hands were nailed to a cross for you. For your every sin, these hands bled. For every wrong word, every wrong thought, and every wrong action. These hands can bring healing. These hands can bring forgiveness. These hands can bring victory over every wrong thing that enslaves you. In these hands, you can have life, freedom, and closeness with the God who created you. You see, I took up your infirmities and carried your sorrows. I was stricken, smitten, and afflicted. I was pierced for your transgression, and I was crushed for your iniquity. The punishment that can bring you peace was upon me, and by my wounds you are healed. You all, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of you has turned to his own way, and my Father has laid on me the iniquity of you all. I was assigned a grave with the wicked, though I had done no violence, nor had any deceit in my mouth. Yet it was my Father's will to crush me and cause me to suffer and make my life a guilt offering. But the will of the Lord will prosper in my hand. I, the righteous servant, justify many and bore your iniquities. I have poured out my life unto death and was numbered with the transgressors. I bore the sin of many and made intercession for the transgressors. Call on me, follow me, and take my hand.